So looking at what we have remaining, maybe how to make videos for YouTube, that could be an interesting series. Or my gaming collection, because I haven't gone through that in a million years, right? So maybe go through the gaming collection could be pretty cool. I definitely want to do like the Nashville trip, I think would be really cool vlogs. New York Comic Con would be really cool vlogs. I think I want to do those. What do you guys want to do first? Let's see what people say. Hateful Truth Beta Edition we did last time. That was when we watched the very first review I ever did. So we already did that in the first retrospective. We're not going to do that today. Condo Wars. I can't do the cookout, guys, because there's music in it. Copywritten music. So I can't even play these videos. They'll be muted anyway. So, can't do that. So, I'm getting Chicago. Check the collection. Condo Wars. Alright, how about, let's check out the gaming collection. Because I can't do the cookout. So let's do the gaming collection, alright? And then maybe we'll do the Now let's do Condo Wars, because that's first. Condo Wars was the first series of videos I ever made in the new condo. So these are, I believe these are from 2009, when I moved in. Let's see. Yup.
Okay, so here it is. This is the debut of my new condo.
July 2009.
This is the kitchen.
There
right now I
it is.
have absolutely nothing set up and nothing done. I literally just walked in. You know, brand new cabinets, wood, stove, everything is new. Got my little laptop set up there for speakers for music, dishwasher. This is the main living room.
Yeah, which is the only real big room
See,
in
it's
the
long.
thing.
What they
The
did
place
here
so
is they actually
small,
built
man.
a bar off the end of the kitchen counter, so I actually have a bar at my.
So, first of all, this is pretty funny. That's my, hold on, can I get a
Condo.
still of it? That's my BlackBerry phone. I used to have a BlackBerry for the longest fucking time. I think I finally got rid of it. I want to say I got rid of it either 2011 or 2012 when I finally got my first iPhone. Because BlackBerry was finally on the out and no one really wanted a BlackBerry anymore. But anyway, this condo, just to be very honest with everyone, is very good if you're just living by yourself and you don't have a lot going on. For me, I was just filming videos of being an asshole, basically. Had friends over playing Street Fighter and stuff. It was fine, but even then, I had problems with the condo. Constantly, we had power issues. Constantly, I had internet issues. Constantly, my neighbors were being assholes. And it was just, and sadly, it was just not really a great place to live. Although I enjoyed living there and making the initial videos that got me popular on the internet, I wanted to get the fuck out of there after a while. Like, I felt like this really is not a good place for me to do what I want to do. Now that I have this office with soundproofing foam, and the video quality has jumped by 2-3 times, I think, since what I used to do back in that condo. But it's just a shame because it is a nice place to live, but just not for what I was doing, I think. And in addition, like, some people say, why don't you move back there with Kat? Are you nuts? Like, this place is tiny. One big living room, one tiny bathroom, a small bedroom. There's 2 people cannot even live there. It's too small for 2 people. It's like a place for 1 person. That's it. So, yeah, no, I did not have a garden. Alice told me there was no garden. I didn't have a backyard. I had a very small back deck. I had no, like, areas at all. Nothing. Nothing like that. No front yard, no backyard. It was a really small, crappy place. In reality, the reason I moved there was because this was very close to where I was working at the time. An office job that I had. That was my office job that I had from 2006 to 2010 when they laid me off in late 2010. So I moved here to be closer to the job. I was only maybe about 5 to 10 minutes away from the job. Otherwise, I was like 20, 30 minutes. So this way, if there was bad weather or whatever, I could be the guy who could still go to work and be the reliable guy. And I was the guy who busted his ass in the next year and a half, and then they laid me off anyway. All right, here we go.
Which is pretty cool. Here's the
This is a
back
good
wall.
starter place. It's not a place to have a
Backyard,
life
you can
in.
see, beautiful,
You know?
green.
See,
well
that's not my
kept,
backyard. That's a common area that you're not
and
supposed to
nice
go
and
in.
quiet, no noise, no cars flying by, no motorcyclists, so we won't have to hear,
That was one good thing.
you know, World War III outside of my house anymore. Got
That
the
was
back
one good
porch
thing.
here.
There was a lot of noise in my
Back porch
parents'
area,
house.
which you can do whatever you want with besides
See, very
do,
small little
cookouts.
back
Apparently,
porch.
at one point, someone actually decided to do a cookout and burnt down the back porch, so none of those. Industrial strength air conditioner,
Crappy
of
air
course.
conditioner that never really worked too well. It ran constantly. It's dead by the way, it died. So I have no air conditioning at this
This
place
is the
right now at
bedroom.
all.
The door was jammed, what the fuck? And of course, a huge walk-in closet. As as you can see. Very spacious.
What is that noise you hear? That's a
There's also the front
I
closet,
don't know what that
obviously,
noise
where you hang
is.
your coats and everything. And then you got the bathroom. There's my brand new toilet where I'll be taking many, many shits, hopefully not on camera. The shower, which is not even set up yet. There's nothing here whatsoever. This will be interesting. You'll get to see like a before and after of my condo. Because right now nothing is set up, and that's basically what we're going to be doing over the next few days, week. Intercom, which hasn't been set up. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Oh my god, what the fuck? Oh, come on. It's my new condo. I got a hole in the wall. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, so the idiots, I say that now, because I didn't realize it, but when I moved in, I thought this place was great, because at the time, alright, give you guys some big background here that you're probably not aware of. I bought this condo from the husband of a girl who I was friends with at work, at this office job, okay? This was his place. Then, when he started going out with this girl, they were living here together and hated it. They said, it's too small for two people, we gotta move out. So they wanted to move out and sell the place quick. I wanted a place near the job, so I bought the place from this guy. What he did, he sadly, I hate to say it because I didn't know it, he had his friend come in who was a contractor and did a rush job to make the place basically sellable right away and cut corners. So the toilet, he didn't install it properly and leaked it to the basement. I had to fix that later on myself. He didn't even put a fucking door stop on the door. So the day I moved in, I opened the door and the fucking doorknob flew into the wall and made a hole because there was no door stop on the fucking wall. He wasn't smart enough to do that, okay? So basically what he did, he cut a lot of corners to make this place sellable right away, and I paid the price for it. And this is one of the things that were really fucking annoying. And another reason why I don't want to kind of go back there, because I know it's not a good place to live. It's funny because in this initial video, it's great because I was so happy. I was positive. I was like, wow, I'm going to move in. This is going to be great. I'm going to live close to work, make videos for YouTube. And it was all right. Don't get me wrong. But for the amount of trouble that I went through, at least once a year, I got complained to that the toilet had a problem and I had to fix it. The neighbors were annoying assholes. It was way too fucking hot in the summer and impossible to cool down with the air conditioner because the air conditioner was shitty. It just was not a good place. Like I said, for people who want to live a life, that's a good starter place for a student. That's a good starter place for someone who's just getting started, but you know you're going to want to do something nicer later. That's not a place you want to build a life in. You know what I mean? And for the bottom line is the quality of my videos was good there, but once I got to this studio here, it got way better. And I knew that. I couldn't do that there. There was no room to make it to a studio or anything there. So, all right, let's continue.
Oh man, look at this. Fucking
hole in the
bullshit.
wall.
God damn it.
Here we go. Immediately I had people over playing games and drinking and stuff. Vazzi's Pizza. I picked up pizza from a local place. That's Drew, Howard, I believe that's Ryan. And I don't know who's all the way down there, but it might be Justin. Or it could be Min, too.
Is it like 4 a.m.?
Yep. That's Min right there.
Nice.
Yeah, man. What are you,
Min, who was in a lot of my early videos.
They still recording?
Yes. What the hell is that? What the hell is some fucking noisy ass birds?
Yep. You have the keys, right?
Yes.
Everything.
Of course.
Just making sure that I don't want to get locked out. Brian's not going to answer his phone. Oh my god. That's a fucking cacophony of cacophony of fucking...
That's really loud.
Yeah, it is.
But you can't hear them from the condo, though.
Yeah.
Huh.
Are people outside right now driving around?
Of course. Because we're on the border of Bridgeport, that's why.
Oh, this is my Grand Am. Oh my god, my old car. Dude, my old Grand Am. So I had a Pontiac Grand Am from like, I want to say like 2004. It was right when I got out of college is when I bought it. So like 2004, and I had it until 2012 when the thing was pouring oil and the thing was falling apart. The window had sunken into the door. This is my old Grand Am. I didn't even know I had this in a video.
Whenever you get near Bridgeport.
Huh.
Let me just finish my cigarette out here.
Yeah, dude.
Let's go have a seat.
God damn it. Close. Piece of shit.
A sleeping bag. You're sleeping over and you need something to sleep on, so we got the sleeping bag.
With a big ass rock.
Yeah, man. Oh, we got some bitch ass kids. They can't handle their liquor.
Yeah. What, have you been training or something?
Me?
Yeah.
Come on, I've always been like this. You just have no idea. I told you yesterday I got fucking stupid wasted on myself.
Mm-hmm.
The Blair Witch quality.
These birds are loud as hell.
Yeah, they are.
I wish I got the rainbow over here before it went away,
Well,
but...
I sent you
yeah.
a pic. It'll be straight.
Yeah, I got the picture, but it kind of sucks that I didn't get the live rainbow. I wanted to get it on video.
Is that a star or a plane? I can't even tell at this point. Looks like a star.
Yeah, it's not moving at all. Probably stuck.
It could be a planet. Who knows? I don't know shit about stars.
Oh my god, we've been drinking all night, playing video games. This is like the first night there.
Heading at the Earth, ready to destroy us all.
Yeah, right.
Oh well.
I will kill that later. Let's go.
Oh my god. I got a couple shout outs to do. We got a shout out to Timbo, who cheered. He said Super Mario Maker 2 has been announced for the Switch. Hope you play it. It should be cool on the Switch. I liked Mario Maker 1. Jealousy did a 50-bit cheer. He said, how about you play some games? Blackberries are terrible. Okay. Android cheered. He said, I don't know if this is a detractor meme. I read that you bought that place open to bang the real estate agent. What? What? No. I don't know anything about that at all. I don't even remember the real estate. There was no real. That's right. There was no real estate agent. It was a direct sale between me and the me and the like I said, the husband of my coworker. I bought it direct from him. We didn't have an agent involved. That way we saved money. I had to hire a lawyer, some guy who just basically did the paperwork for me quickly. But that was it. There was no real estate agent involved at all. Whoever told you that, that's literally 100% made up. There was no agent at all. It never. The house never went on the market. I bought it directly from that guy. And Egbert did 100-bit cheers. That hole looks like an egg hatching. Okay then. All right.
Yeah, I'm getting tired.
Fuck up, idiot.
You know what? Hey, Ryan. Ryan. Listen, man. Ryan, hello? Fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
We're trying to figure out how to fucking blow up this air mattress.
Oh, I got an
and we
air
have no
mattress.
idea. Like, we thought this was like a box that you could punch to pump it up, and it didn't work. And hey, Ryan, smell my foot. We don't know if we're supposed to blow into it
What the hell?
or just
An air mattress we can't figure out how to inflate because we're so drunk.
you know, pump the box. We tried both and nothing's happening. We can't tell
I think the
anything.
box
So,
is supposed to inflate it.
Min wants
Like,
to blow the whole thing up by himself.
I
That's
think
amazing.
it blows up with the box, but I'm not sure how you
Stop
actually do
recording.
it.
Stop recording.
Can we? Are there any
I'm not-
instructions here?
No. Oh wait, are there instructions? That's a warning label, I think.
Keep away from fire. Not for use in water.
Okay.
Attention.
Yeah.
My phone's out of batteries.
Follow the rules. Do you
You
have
know
the
that.
rules on this?
No.
Well, shit. You know what?
Well, where's the bag?
What the fuck's going on?
Shut
Oh
up.
my god,
Where's
Ryan
the
is so
bag from?
drunk. Listen to him.
On the monitor.
He's so drunk. He drank so much.
On the it's not on the monitor. What are you talking about?
Not the other.
You know,
monitor
Koreans
box.
are great at star, whatever it is.
Oh my god, listen to him.
The hell you?
Super drunken Ryan.
No instructions. It's all just back
I
and
heard
forth.
they
What's
have
the other
that on
sleeping bag
public TV. StarCraft.
In one of these fucking boxes, the sleeping
Big
bag.
ones?
Oh my god.
That's my clothes.
Hey, Ben, are you good at StarCraft?
No, I'm actually awful at Starcraft.
A Korean
Oh my god,
is
he's so
awful
drunk.
at
He's
StarCraft?
hiccuping. You hear him? He's hiccuping.
That's fucking ridiculous.
I can only play fighting games, to be honest. Well, it's
Not
definitely
even
not
that
me.
good at that.
Wow. You want to get bodied? Let's run it. Seriously? For 2 shots. Let's go.
2 shots, let's go.
Alright, get up. Get the fuck up. I'm mad now.
Oh my god. He's so
You
drunk.
ruined yourself.
Well, it's not here. It's our close.
Close.
Yeah.
It's got to be in one of these. Are
you sure?
It's probably in one of these bins.
I'm just making sure. Are you sure it's in one of these?
It's in one of something here.
All I want to do is put stress on her.
Oh, here's a pillow. There's another pillow.
Alright, well, those are all DVDs, the rest of them.
Oh, pillows are better than nothing, right?
Just with the face of the pillow.
Now he's using a pillow. What did you do? You gave him a pillow.
I wanted to just throw it at his face.
He's the opposition.
Oops.
Well, I said that we needed to take the other sleeping bag. I hope someone did. That's close.
Take off socks, and I can't hold my breath.
Looks like all close.
Can't find it.
God, I hope we have something in here.
You just sleep on clothes.
I mean, you could do that if you want. Excuse me, Phil.
I mean, nothing. This is the first day I moved in, so there's nothing. We have no
I get the
furniture,
feeling we
nothing.
didn't take it.
I mean, seriously, you know my house is like less than 5 minutes away.
Yep.
I can go get something from there. Like pillows and blankets.
If only someone could drive.
These are DVDs. There's nothing. No.
I can drive.
You can't.
Ben, you want to ride?
Yeah, right.
Oh my god.
Whatever. I'll sleep on the floor. Just give me my beer. I don't even care at this point.
Is this your beer?
Yeah. Let me just get a pillow.
Shitty Corona.
Well, it's better than
Oh my
Beck's.
god. It's funny.
All right, Ryan. You want to have it for 2
if I'm-
shots right now, random.
If I remember correctly, the air mattress works fine. The only thing is it was plugged. All you gotta do is unplug it, and then when you push it, it inflates the mattress. But we're so drunk, we couldn't realize, oh, you're supposed to unplug the hole so the air can get into it. We were so dumb, we couldn't figure that out. So it was like really easy to inflate. We're just stupid because we were
I don't
drunk.
care. You challenge me. If you don't, you're a bitch. Bitch, bitch, bitch. Look at this faggot. Come on, Ryan. Get
Oh
up.
my god.
Hold on. Alright, so this is the difference that just a couple of days make.
Yeah, so this is when the furniture showed up, I think.
As you can see, this is my new condo. Yeah, still not too happy about that. But anyway, ignore the hole. Let's go from left to right here. First, my kitchen. It's now fully furnished.
Wow, the first walkthrough of the
It was
condo.
first completely empty. Now you have garbage can and sodas and waters and trash that I'm too lazy to take out. And the
Ugh.
same shit from before. However, oh, what's this? Wow, there's actually food in there. Yummy.
What the hell is
Which I will
that?
eat.
I don't know what that was.
Couple of
Kind of
days.
chips or something?
And
Shit
now
I
you
used
have
to
the
have.
microwave with the phone book on top now, so I actually know where to call to get takeout. Stove is now finally set up. Knives.
The piece
You know,
of shit
everything is pretty
toaster
much,
that I hated because it never went
been
down.
put
It
to
was
work.
fucked up.
Let's actually head into the living quarters here. Alright, first of all, this is brand new.
This
A
is when I
bookcase
had
that I
all my
bought
games
yesterday.
in there. Yeah.
Has a lot of DVDs.
When I had my DVDs and my games were set up in the bookcase, and then later on, those migrated over to racks, and I put like collectibles and stuff in there instead.
As well as classic games, as you'll see. Let's actually walk up here
There's
first.
my Tekken trophy. Hold on.
We've got
There's my Tekken trophy. Hold on. Still got it. Used to be on that bookcase. Now it's over here on a dusty filing cabinet. Still got my Tekken 3 first place tournament trophy. FYE. First place. Okay. Pretty cool. I still got it. 10 years later, still got it. 'Cause this is 10 years ago, this video. Holy crap.
my Tekken 3 trophy from the 90s. I don't even remember when I won that tournament.
I do. It was
And
FYE
a bunch
tournament.
of Street Fighter figures, plus Blu-ray and HD DVDs, games, and yes, that's not the entire collection of my old school games. They're somewhere packed away that I
We'll
need
go
to
through that because I
unpack them
did a video of
sometime,
my
but
old collection.
when I get the craving, and more DVDs, and more DVDs, and then finally at the bottom shelf, books. Oh my God, books!
I don't have
He
those
reads
anymore.
Books. He knows how to read.
I got rid
Yes,
of
I
all
do.
those.
Thank you. Next up, this is my desktop computer. You got the HD monitor, all the accessories, you know.
Back when I only had the one, because originally I only had one monitor, and then I realized having two is better because I would have like one where I could be uploading and recording, and the other one I could do other stuff. So I ended up getting two monitors eventually. Plus, I wanted them. I remember I bought the extra monitor to play Street Fighter. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Printer, speakers, bottle of water, bottle of tissue.
Damn,
so
I
can
forgot,
jerk
dude. I had a
off
light up.
easily.
I had that light up mouse pad. It light up blue. I forgot I had all this shit. Seriously, this is all my old stuff.
The computer itself. I'm sorry. I'm being stupid. Mesh chair that I just bought today because I needed 2 office chairs.
Oh, that's when I bought it. I didn't know I bought it then when I moved into that condo. Okay, I didn't even remember that. I just got rid of that chair because the chair had been all worn out and dirty. So I actually went to the dump and got rid of it. So I just got rid of that chair a month ago. So it lasted 10 years.
I don't know why later, but this is a very convenient and small chair, and it's very comfortable as well. Alright, let's head this way actually. You haven't seen this yet. It hasn't been set up since the last time, so this is my bar. This is officially my bar with 3 bar stools. And it's pretty cool. Right now it doesn't have any lighting from the top like a real bar. I'm looking to get that over the next couple of days.
I never did. I never got
This
that lighting.
is
I wanted it, but
my
we couldn't
couch,
find it.
and it's pretty cool for a couple of reasons. Just ignore the sleeping bags here. They're supposed to be put away, you know, over the past couple of days when those hobos left. Anyway, here's my couch, and it's pretty cool for a couple of reasons. First of all, you can... Here, I'll show you. This is me sitting in the couch, right? And I say, oh, I'm tired. Let me just... let me get... Oh, shit, it's a recliner. That's pretty cool. Let me lean back and... Oh, shit. Oh, it's a fucking bed. Well, I guess that's cool, right? So let's sit down now. Oh, God damn it. I can't. Okay. Yeah. So that's the corner of the couch is a recliner. And then you say, okay, here's the middle couch. You sit down. Ah, it's perfect.
Oh, wow.
TV's right there.
This is pretty cool. Look, that book right there, that Marvel book, I just got rid of that last week. I traded that in. Remember I told you guys I went to the bookstore, used bookstore, and I traded in a bunch of books and movies. I just traded in that Marvel book the other day for like $2 or something. Yeah, so this setup, this couch I bought from a place called Bob's Furniture, which is a discount furniture store in Connecticut. And what they do is they sell reasonably priced knockoffs. Like you could get this couch for probably like $1,000 somewhere else. You get it at Bob's for like $500 or something, like half price. But it was definitely less quality than the other places. But for me, it served my purposes. I would say after, because this was 2009, I moved out in 2013. No, 2014. So over the course of 5 years, the couch sunk in more and more to the point where like it had no support anymore on the places where I sat to play games, which is kind of funny. But
the table right here with what's on this table here. Let's see. We got, what's this? The history of Marvel Comics. The latest Maximum PC.
Oh my gosh, I used to be subscribed to all these magazines.
Ah, some shit. Slap that shit down. And, yeah, it's pretty dope. And then you sit over here and you say, oh, man. Oh, alright. I finally,
I want joysticks. Look how many joysticks I had
now I'm
back
tired
then for
because I
Street
had
Fighter.
to move across the whole fucking couch.
Street Fighter
so,
4
you know,
was huge.
what else am I gonna do? Oh, shit. Oh! There's another recliner. Very nice. 2 recliners on 1 couch. Oh, that's what I like. Alright, anyway. Actually, I'm kind of hungry. I wish that I had, like, a way to put my food down, a table in front of me, and what the hell?
Yeah. There's a table I bought at Bob's,
yes,
too.
This is the rising table.
A rising
you can not
table.
only have it as a coffee table, you can pull it up and rise it as a dinner table.
Yep. And this was where I filmed many episodes of DSP Tries It. This is where we filmed Smart Guys from this couch. And also, this is where I put my tripod on that table when I recorded. And depending on what setup I use, sometimes I use a big tripod, sometimes I use a small tripod, so I lift the table up. And that's how I used to record my videos back then.
And, at the same time, storage.
Yeah, all the game
So you can store your controllers, your joysticks, as I said, your controllers, your gamepads, your joysticks, and, yes, even those, coasters, which I just bought today. And by the way, the underside of this table is the storage for all of my custom joysticks, as you see. So I will close that now, so you do not get any more jealous, and do not read Brad Meltzer books because they suck. Anyway.
I don't even remember that book.
I also have 2 end tables on the ends of this couch with a pretty awesome custom lamp, 2 of them.
I really like those lamps. I thought they were cool.
And
I feel
these
like
also
almost
pull
like
out.
see-through a
Ignore
little
that
bit.
fucking bullshit.
That I never used. I never ever
caddy
used those pull-out tables.
Because I didn't think there would
I
be
still
enough
have
room,
those
and of course
tables.
there's
I brought those
more
with
than
me
enough room
when
on
I
each
moved.
table for drinks, so I bought the one with the drink caddy and spent more money because I'm stupid. In the corner of my condo is this chair.
I still
and you
have
might say,
that.
hey, this
That's
is
in my
just
nook
a
right now.
brown
I still have this chair.
chair
Very
that
comfy.
looks like dark chocolate and make your perverted jokes here.
A very
but as
comfy
you sit in this
chair.
chair, you say, okay, oh yes, I'm in a chair. And what the hell? What's happening? Oh my God, what's happening here? Oh, whoa! Yes, it's a spinning chair. It's awesome. It spins. And what's in the corner here but the
I don't have
beginning
it.
of my
I have
DVD
like almost
collection?
none of these. I left these
As
in
you can
Connecticut
see, I
with
have
my dad
way
when I
too
moved.
fucking many DVDs that I never watch, ever. I just spend money like an idiot. Oh, okay. My blinds, smaller windows, bigger window, and another bigger window. I guess you're not going to be able to see the back porch, but I'll at least give it a shot. Give it the old college try, right? This is going to be so black you're not going to see shit, but you know.
And I locked myself out.
Gotta be quiet because I have neighbors.
Do I still have the table? I think that
Got
table
stuff
is still
going on
there
here,
in
but
that condo. I think it's still
here's my
there.
back
I think
porch.
the couch and the table are still there. I could be wrong.
Full
Because
lawn, fully
the
kept.
thing is, when I moved, hold on. When I moved in 2014, my aunt eventually moved across the country to Connecticut and moved in there for about 2 years. And she had her stuff she brought in. So I don't know if they kept that couch or they got rid of it. I think the table is still there, though.
Nothing to do with that. It's because of the condo association. Thank you very much. And the night sky, which you cannot see because this camera cannot pick up stars. Oh, that's the moon. That is actually the moon you're seeing right there. That's pretty cool. That was a drunken cough from someone, so I'll get the fuck out of here now before they notice me. Ugh.
Yeah, that was my next door neighbor. A drunken next door neighbor. He would always be out there in the back porch in the middle of the fucking night, drunk as shit. And he would always, sometimes he'd be on the phone and shit, loud as fuck. It's like, dude, no one wants to hear your fucking private conversations. Why the fuck? I hated that neighbor. That was one of the main reasons I hated living there, because the guy was an asshole. He was a drunken asshole.
That was definitely a smoker. Locking up. Okay, this is the AC that actually cools the entire unit.
And it
as
sucked.
you can
Yeah, there's so many
imagine,
problems. It would
one
freeze
AC
up.
cooling an
It
entire
wouldn't
unit.
cool the whole unit. It was a
Pretty
piece of
fucking
shit.
strong.
It was so bad. It was such a bad AC because I told you when they redid this place, they skimped. So this AC, first of all, never fit into the wall. It always stuck out like 2 inches because it was the wrong type of AC for the wall. They just bought the cheapest one. And whenever I turned it on during the summer, it would freeze. Then I would have to turn it off, turn it on again, so the whole place would be hot as shit. And it eventually broke. It eventually just stopped working, and now there's no AC there at all. So no one's lived there for like 2 years, and it's been just hot as fuck apparently in there during the summer because there's no AC that works anymore. Eventually, I had to go buy an indoor AC, and I had to put it in the bedroom. So at least between the two, it would cool the whole unit because this was a piece of junk. Android did a 50-bit cheer. He says, was that house electric heat? It must have cost a shit ton of electric to heat. Yeah, it's electric heat. And there was only like 3 heaters. There's one on the far wall. There was one, I think, behind where I had my TV. There's one in the bathroom, and there was one in the bedroom. And that was it. So during the winter, you have to pump up the heat to max and basically be really near the electric heaters or else you'd be cold as shit too. So when I lived in Connecticut, I was always wearing like longer sleeve shirts, sweatpants and stuff because it was cold during the winter. Here, I don't have to do that, but there it was ridiculous because the heaters sucked ass.
This is the mech from Red Faction Gorilla. Don't ask me how I got it. Best Buy mailed it to me because they're stupid. There's my tripod, which hasn't been used in quite some time, about a week now. And hopefully I'll be using it soon, but I wanted to get these videos out first and get settled in. And now you're going to actually see my entertainment center for the first time. This is the first time you're going to see the full thing.
So this was I believe this was my old LG TV. I don't believe this was the one that I bought. I bought a bigger one eventually, which was the one that I had from then until just last year when I got this new one, this what is this, TCL? But previously I had an LG TV. I think this one was only like 32 inches. Then I ended up getting the big one, which was like 50 or something. And it was a nice TV. The problem was it had input delay, which I didn't know at the time. So I was playing fighting games like, why does it feel delayed, you know? So ever since I got this new TV, things have been a lot better. I have like a lot less issues when I play games online and stuff.
My TV, my speakers, cable box, PS3, Xbox 360, receiver, everything. Subwoofer right down there, and the router on top of the subwoofer. This is my entertainment center, and this is where I'll be recording all of my videos, probably from now on, unless I hit the lottery and happen to buy a mansion, because I don't plan on moving out anytime soon.
And I didn't. I moved in 2009. I moved out 5 years. I lived there for 5 years. So, yeah, Boy Bob did 100 bit cheer. Thank you. Timbo Slice Judy said, "Can we have E3 2012 videos?" I guess we could. I don't see any reason why, unless I get in trouble for music and stuff that plays in them, which I don't know if I would. That's on DSPGaming. We could go find that eventually. Holy crap! Well, RFHC5 just did a 10,000 bit cheer. Wow. Well, thank you, RFHC5, for that 10,000 bit cheer. He used the custom Ryu emote, where Ryu throws a fireball, and he hits all my other emotes. Pretty sweet, man. Thank you very much, RFHC5. I appreciate that. Obviously, we're going to get you up on the leaderboard. You are the top cheerer for today. Very nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is amazing. I mean, what are the chances anyone's going to top a 10,000 bit cheer today? Probably not. I hope you guys are enjoying the retro. This is a fun stream for me. I'm having a lot of fun watching this stuff. I hope you guys are too, okay? Alright, let's continue.
Almost done. So we've seen all this, right?
Quack says, why is my voice less nasally these days? It's because back then, I was using the camera. And as I told you guys earlier, that camera basically was not meant to record audio very well. And it was a directional mic that only pointed forward. So when I was behind the camera, it wouldn't pick up bass at all. So all you would hear is the high pitchness in my voice, which makes it sound more nasally. You wouldn't hear any of the bass at all in my voice. So it's a very different than, you know, now with a studio mic and everything, you know.
Bedroom, to see what's been updated. So the bedroom was empty the last time you saw it. Now I have dressers. I've got a second computer desk, air purifier right here on the left. Another HD monitor, of course, with
There's the
TV
other monitor, and eventually I had a
hooked
dual
up to
monitor
it.
set up.
My college school books, which I just finished the semester, so thank God I never need to see them again.
Oh my god, I remember that.
All
So, for a very brief time, I went back to college/university. I was going to go for a master's degree, okay? And this is the truth of what happened. It was fucked up because it had to do with this condo. So, when I moved into the condo, I noticed there was a lot of stuff wrong. The toilet leaked, the air conditioner didn't work properly, all this stuff. And basically, when I brought it up with the guy who I bought it from, who was the husband of my coworker, he got all pissy with me. Like, oh, you're trying to get more money out of me or something. I was never like that. I was like, no, I'm not. All I want to do is maybe contact the contractor and see if I can have him come back and do a quick repair job on the toilet. Why should I pay money to repair a toilet when I just bought the new fucking place, right? The contractor obviously did a shoddy job. Let's have him come back and fix it. So what ended up happening was I found out later the contractor was his friend who he had gotten a huge discount on all the work. So obviously he wasn't going to complain to the contractor about that. So basically the guy hated my guts now because I bought the condo from him and was basically trying to get a fair deal. This stuff you shouldn't have had a leaky toilet when I bought the fucking condo new, right? So it was bullshit, but he didn't want to deal with it. And he basically started hating me because I wanted things to be how they should have been for a new place you just bought. So I was at the time going to college with my coworker. Like, she was the person who I was going with, and she would carpool with us. Like, she would drive everyone to and from college because it was me and two other coworkers, including her, and we would carpool to and from for like night school, basically, like you know, graduate school. And what ended up happening was there was a big falling out because her husband hated my guts. So she stopped going. We all stopped going to night school. And so it's funny because there's college books there, and I would have probably kept going and got a master's degree in something. But incidentally, guys, it wouldn't have worked out anyway. And the reason is, guess what? I got laid off. And it would have taken at least 2 years, if not longer, to get my master's degree. So even if I had stuck with it, I would have gotten laid off, and I wouldn't have been able to get my master's degree before I got laid off from the job anyway. So actually, it's a good reason that it's a good thing I stopped. I would have got fucked and done like a year and a half of schoolwork for nothing and never been able to complete my master's degree because the employer would have stopped paying for school. So actually, it worked out in a lot of ways. So
Kinds of necessities, you know, nightstand. Here's my blinds, which I can open and close. I can't see shit outside right now because it's pitch black, but you know, during the day they're very bright. Bed. Here is the old piece of shit TV, which I actually kept with me because I know that eventually I'm going to want to play older games.
old school games, and I did. For a
kept my
while, I played
Nintendo,
old school
my
games
Genesis,
on that TV.
my 32X, my Sega CD.
Yep.
And I will probably use them eventually, as you saw.
That was a really
with,
good TV.
What the fuck was the name of that game? Cosmic Carnage. Oh.
This TV was great because it had component, not just is it composite or component? The one that's red, green, and blue. That's the better video inputs for old school TVs. And this one had that, so it was higher resolution. So when I went to tournaments, I would take this fucking big ass TV with me. And for the old games like Capcom vs SNK 2, Marvel vs Capcom 2, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, before they had modern versions on modern consoles, we would plug our PS2s into this thing, and the games would look gorgeous. There was zero input lag. The TV was amazing. It was actually one of the best purchases I ever made, was this Toshiba TV. But of course, as things moved on, all those things ended up being ported to modern consoles anyway. And even old school games, I started plugging it to my newer TV, so I stopped using this after a while. Honestly, I don't even know where it is. I think we got rid of it.
My God, I can't believe I played that, but I'll need that. Dresser, my mini fridge, which is always fully stocked. Don't even question me. How dare you?
Well, Big Fat Wobbly Butt Cheek says maybe they wouldn't have laid you off because they invested money in you to get a master's. Actually, they invested tons of money in me because they trained me in continuous improvement, which actually ends up being just as expensive as getting a master's degree. And I got a certification in continuous improvement. I had to go to, I think it was 100 hours total of training or being involved in continuous improvement events. They had me go to different businesses at different places to go to classes and the like. They paid a ton of money to train me and then laid me off anyway. So it wouldn't have mattered if I got the master's degree or not.
My closet, which as you saw before is a walk-in closet, but now it's actually full of shit. Yeah, let's not even go there. And then finally, let's do a really, really, really quick view of my bathroom because I'm out of time here. Bathroom is now fully stocked.
So this is funny. I say I'm out of time here. You want to know why I'm out of time? Because this is from 2009. Back then, you could only make 10-minute videos for YouTube. If you went over 10 minutes, YouTube would error out and say your video is too long. So this video is 10 minutes and 43 seconds. That's like the limit. YouTube would maybe accept an 11.5-minute video. That was it. So I had to rush to finish the video.
You know, shaver, razor, all kinds of bathroom kind of things, shower curtain, towels, leaking toilet that seeps onto the ground. Yeah, that's awesome. You always want that in a new condo.
Told you, the toilet, when they installed the toilet, they fucked up. They didn't do the toilet right. That was one of my major problems with it.
Oh my God, come on. Dual shower heads, because when you can afford a dual shower head, you're the fucking man. And that's about it.
Then.
So I hope you enjoyed this quick tour of my condo, and you will be seeing more vids of it in the future. Any videos I take pretty much will be taking place here. So yeah, thanks for stopping by.
Is that it, or is there more to this? No, that's it. This is the
Alright,
cookout. This is the cookout that, sadly, guys, I cannot play this video. And the reason being is because there's copyrighted music. Actually, I could show you. So that, let's see here. That's Justin. That's, oh God, I forgot his name. That's Ryan Lee. I believe that's Howard right there. I don't know who that is to the far left. I know this is Walter's house. He's around here somewhere. So he was my friend in Connecticut. And we went to this cookout, and the problem was he played music the whole time, and all these videos on YouTube got in trouble, and like got stuff taken down. It was really annoying. So, all right. Anyway, oh, actually, this is funny. Look, another poorly cooking with the king down here. This is when I started doing it on the King of Hate vlogs, which we could check out later too. All right, so that was Condo Wars. That was actually my very first series of videos when I moved into my condo in 2009, a decade ago. Pretty crazy, huh? That Rich Democrat Shooty said, education is everything. My mom has 3 master's degrees and she's a moron. Alrighty then. Let's see. What do you guys want to see next? You want to see my gaming collection? We can do my gaming collection if you want. Or we could do trip vlogs. You want to do Nashville, Chicago, New York, Comic-Con? What do you guys want to do? Let's do one of those. What do you think? That's what people say in the stream chat here. Joe was wondering why his cheer didn't work. I don't know, Joe. What happened? I don't know, and it cleared it out, so I can't even scroll up to see what you said. Game collection, people are saying. Okay. 9 videos. Holy shit. Wow, dude, this is like an... Oh, my God. This is like an hour and a half. Well, let's watch some of it. I don't know if we're going to watch the whole thing. Let's watch some of it. This will be interesting because I'll see, like, what do I still have and what don't I? Because I know I don't have all this stuff anymore. Okay, let's see.
What's up? So,
100,000
a couple days
views
before the release of Modern Warfare 2.
So, again, to give you guys some perspective, this video had 100,000 views. I made 9 of them, right? This video alone probably made me like $200. That's how crazy YouTube was back in the day. It was like insanely profitable. Now you get nothing, pittance for your work.
And a lot of people are fiending for videos, but to be honest, there's really not much to play right now. I'm thinking I may play a little bit of the mag beta, but besides that, there's really nothing worth starting up or playing. So what I decided to do is go into my fucking closet here, which honestly, I haven't really unpacked most of the stuff since I moved into this condo. And I want to check out some of my gaming stuff. A lot of people say, oh, you know, what stuff do you have? And in a previous video earlier this week, I showed the stuff that I have in my living room, but I haven't really been through this stuff since I moved in. And as you can see, well, first of all, let's get this keyboard out of the way. Here's a Genesis. I don't even know if this is my working Genesis or my broken Genesis. I have 2 of them. And, I mean, it looks like it's pretty good condition, but this might be the fried one. What's this? This is something I bought off the internet. It's supposed to play all Genesis games. It's like a fake Sega Mega Drive. It really doesn't work, though. If you try to play most games on it, it doesn't boot them properly. But it has a couple games built in, like Sonic and things like that. So for like the 20 bucks I paid for it, it was pretty cool. You can still play original Sonic and things with the original
there's my PSP
Sega
when I had
controller.
a
Oh, here's my
PSP. Holy
PSP.
shit.
Ah, I wondered where this was for a while. Let's see what's in here. So here's the PSP, and I've got Metal Slug Collection and Capcom Classics Collection Reloaded in here.
I swear to God, I didn't even know I had Metal Slug Collection for that thing. I don't even remember playing that. Fuck, man. That let's see here. The Average Democrat says, can we watch the DSP tries it where I eat a chicken cheesesteak with bacon and ranch? Now, that was one of the more modern ones. I don't want to watch the more modern stuff. Joe did a 200-bit cheers back in the day. I think this was 6 to 8 months before I found you on YouTube. Okay. Cool, yeah. I mean, so you've been watching for a long time.
I wonder if there's a game inside of it, too. Let's see.
I would assume it's Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core is inside of it. That's the only game I actually really liked on it.
I'm wondering, did I really sell Crisis Core? I don't remember selling it yet. Nope, I did not sell it, because here it is. Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. Which means that the case has to be somewhere around here somewhere. I knew I still had that game. I was like, I don't remember trading that game in. I never beat it. I got like halfway through, and it's crazy.
Look how fucking weird this system is. It uses discs that are loaded into like this plastic cartridge that you have to eject and push into it. It's like the weirdest handheld ever. What the fuck was Sony thinking? And then they made another one with the Vita, another one. Like two stupid handhelds that just were not very good.
Crisis Core is one of those games where you get addicted to it. It's more of like just mindless combat over and over and over and grinding and leveling with repetitive missions. It's definitely nothing like Final Fantasy VII was. This is Poker Chips, I think.
Poker Chips?
A lot of people ask me about controller parts. What you got here
Switches. Joysticks
is the base of a joystick that's basically used inside of an arcade machine or an American-style fighting game joystick. As you can see, this is the whole assembly. You've got the bottom assembly, which has the 4 cherry switches on it. You've got the shaft that goes in the top. And the reason I have these is about, what was it now? Jesus. It's got to be almost 4 years ago.
Long time.
I ran the East Coast Championships, which is annually the largest fighting game, video game tournament on the East Coast. I was the organizer that year, so I needed some spare parts and things just in case the cabinets broke down. That was held out in Dunedin, New Jersey at 8 on the Break Arcade. So I still have some leftovers. Since that time, however, the arcade scene has really just fucking fell apart. There's almost no arcades that anyone goes to anymore. And even 8 on the Break, it's still open, but it's nothing like it used to be. There aren't really a lot of tournaments or anything. What the hell? This is okay, we've got an audio-video cable stuck to the bottom of a keyboard. That's exciting. Sure everyone wanted to see that. Now what's this?
What the hell is all
this? Is this a real... This is one of my NES pads. And it's the original NES pad, as you can see. It's not one of those bullshit knockoffs. To my knowledge, it still works. I cleaned it recently. Well, I don't want to say recently. I'd say you know, recently as when I lived back in my old place. I cleaned it off, so it looks pretty good. That's cool. What else do we got here? We got an original Genesis pad, the 3-button one. And I have 2 of these, I think. One of them works really well, and one of them doesn't work at all. So, what else do we got?
Yeah, it was funny because the Sega Genesis was a great console, but the gamepad was terrible. It only had 3 buttons. And at that time, that was when all games were becoming way more complex. So when the SNES or Super Famicom came out, that controller had 8 buttons. A start, select, the 4-face, and the 2 shoulder buttons. And so what the Genesis had to do to compete, they had to start releasing 6-button, 8-button controllers. So basically, if you had a Genesis, you'd have to buy an additional controller because the original one that came with it was a piece of garbage. Yeah, Joe just cheered. He said, I was 19 back in the day, turning 30 this year, a long, long time ago. Been a great journey, mate. Both seen ups and downs. Wish you for nothing for the best for the future. Thank you, Joe. Thank you for that. All right, let's keep going.
This out. I just kind of wanted to see what was in here. Super NES pad, even though it's not really, see it says Super 16-bit. It's a bootleg Super NES pad. It's all fucking torn apart too, it looks like. However, here is the real Super Nintendo controller, the original one that came with the system. This was all beat up too, so. Oh wow, mini DV tapes. Remember when fucking camcorders used those?
Yeah, so before camcorders were digital, they used these little mini video cassettes called mini DV or DVC tapes. That's what those were. If you're wondering what all this is, basically before I started on YouTube, I was a big fan of the Angry Video Game Nerd, and when I started watching him do old reviews of old consoles, it gave me this like bug to get them. So I started buying like old SNESs and Genesises off eBay so I could build this collection, and that's what you're seeing here.
Wasn't that too long ago. Here's a random surge protector, and down here is my Super Nintendo. This is not my original Super Nintendo, mind you. My original Super Nintendo stopped working. I did buy one on eBay a few years back, and this is the one I bought. As you can see, most Super Nintendos look like shit now. For whatever reason, whatever pigmentation they used when they created these, the paint on it, it's just discolors over time. So if your Super Nintendo's ever been in the sun, it looks like shit. It looks yellow and nasty. That's why. Oh look, F-Zero randomly in here.
Oh my god, I had F-Zero. I wonder if I still had that.
There's any other games in here. I got more poker chips down there. Fucking random AV cables. This is like a SanDisk SD card adapter. I don't know what that's doing in there. I think that's it for this case. Alright, so I might actually leave my PSP out, but I don't know where the charger is for it at this point. And at this point, I don't even know what the charger looks like. How would I even know? Hold on a second. Let me see what
that's funny. You said there's the console owned by a smoker. That's why it's all faded and shit.
The connector looks like. Standard yellow power connector. I've seen those on a bunch of Sony things before. I wonder if I can find the adapter for it, and I could actually use it again. I haven't used the thing in so long. I mean, PSP, I'm sorry, guys, but PSP was such a disappointment. Everyone thought it was going to be a great system. It was going to play, like, PlayStation-level games when it came out. And then the only games that were worth playing for the longest time were just rehashes of games that were on PS1. Until the point people finally got fed up and said, I don't want to fucking play the same PS1 games over and over. I already played them. Why the hell did they keep doing this? And then years and years later, after it had already been out and kind of flopped and no one was really buying it, then they started releasing, that's not the AC adapter for it, then they started releasing good games for it. Like these Metal Slug collections and things like that, and people liked those games, but too little too late. By then the Nintendo DS had outsold the thing like 20 billion to 1.
The DS completely destroyed both the PSP and PS Vita. Like the DS, it was the original Nintendo Game Boy Advance, right? Then it was the DS, and then the 3DS. They always smashed sales numbers for mobile consoles. Like, Sony never even had a chance against Nintendo.
Now they just released that new PSP, which also nobody fucking bought. I don't see the power adapter in here. That's a bummer. But I do know where my NES pad is now, so if I do ever want to play my Nintendo on the original controls, I know where it is. Let's get all this shit back in here. Alright, that's only bin number 1. And that one wasn't even, like, near full. That's the sad part. I got so much shit here that I moved and I never unpacked. Because I really don't have anywhere to put it. Alright, let's gonna check out some of these other bins now.
Alright, so...
Alright.
Just to recap, that video had 100,000 views. That video made me like $200. You see what I mean? This is how crazy it was. So this one made 64,000 views on this part 2. So this would probably be between $100 to $150 just on this video. That's how insane YouTube ad revenue was back in the day, you know? And people were fiending for these kind of videos because YouTube didn't have this kind of content on it. So I was one of the initial people who was putting up this kind of gaming content on YouTube. People loved it. All right, let's continue.
So we're in bin number 2 now, and this is where we're going to start to really get into the stuff that's been just stacked in here for years. Look at this. We've got the GunCon. Is it the 3 or the 4? I don't even know. Does it say on it? GunCon 3. It's the GunCon 3 for the PS3. Let me tell you a little quick story about this gun.
I remember this
When the
gun.
PS3 was released, one of the games, I believe it was not the launch title, but it was close to launch, was Time Crisis 4.
Time
Which, by the way, I
Crisis.
actually have the box up there for it.
Yeah.
And I like the Time Crisis series a lot, so I ran to the store when I bought my PS3, which was, what, 2 years ago now? Something like that? And I said, I want to get Time Crisis 4, so I got it. And I brought it home, and I mastered the arcade game. I liked it a lot. I mastered it. And then there were unlockable modes, like challenge modes and things. And, ooh, excuse me. I beat all those. And then there was supposed to be, as you can see, there's a thumbstick on this thing right here. There's supposed to be another game built into it. There's dual thumbsticks, actually. There's one up here. Where it was supposed to be like an FPS shooter you use with your GunCon. And let me tell you something. It was the worst fucking game I ever played. It was on the same disc as Time Crisis 4. But it was god-awful. You could tell it was just some kind of a side thought. It wasn't really a major focus of theirs. And so after that, I was like, all right, you know, it's okay because there's going to be lots of great shooters for the PS3, right? Like, I'm sure they'll do House of the Dead 3 and 4. I'm sure they'll do all these games. Well, guess how many of those games came out for the PS3? 0. Fucking 0. I bought this gun and there's nothing to play with it. There's no games worth playing.
Nothing ever worked with
the
it.
gun
It was a complete
con.
waste
So
of
what a
money.
waste of fucking money that was. Well, not really, I guess, because it was good when, like I said, when Time Crisis 4 came out. But after that, no reason to have. So here's half of my Guitar Hero wireless guitar. Where's the other half? Here it is. For 360. And funny story about this. I bought this. It was a discount. It was like on sale. It was the wireless package. I think it was Guitar Hero 3. If I'm not mistaken, where you get the game and you get the guitar together. This fucking guitar barely works. Like, there's 2 buttons on it that when you push them down, they only register half the time. So, wow, I'm glad that you made a wireless guitar that fucking doesn't work, app.
So this was back in the era when those music game, Rock Band, Guitar Hero were huge. And they had a million different guitars you could buy, all the different peripherals. So I bought a Rock Band and Guitar Hero with like the standard guitars, the wired ones. But eventually I liked them a lot, and I said, man, I want to get wireless. So I spent a lot of money. That was when it was new. Not now. You could go to the store and buy them $5 each because the whole market fell through. But back then it was very popular. So that was probably like, no lie, probably like $60 to $80 for that wireless guitar. And the buttons didn't work. I'd be like, pressing it during a song, nothing. So it was a piece of shit. Like the wireless, I don't know if it was the button or the wireless signal, but the thing wouldn't fucking work. It was a piece of garbage. So all the people who spent money on all that shit and then it was trash.
Holes. I remember that was the time when Rock Band had just come out and everyone was complaining about the Rock Band guitar. So I go out and buy a Guitar Hero guitar and that doesn't work either. Here we have the bag of randomness. This bag probably has game pads, wires to consoles, AC adapters, accessories. Look at the randomness.
Oh man,
here's
this
the
is fun.
6-button Sega Genesis.
This is fun. I always, for my whole life in the 2000s, I had a bag of random shit. That would be like wires, AV cables, just audio, just video cables, controllers, adapters, anything you could think of. Like, I had a bag of shit that would just sit in my closet. And whenever I needed something, I would dive into it to try to get it. And then finally, I'd probably say about the time here, when I moved in, is finally when I stopped being so messy and having bags of random
Bad
shit.
for Genesis fighting games. Essential, because if you have a 6-button game, you're not going to want to keep pressing start to switch between kicks and punches, and whoever thought that was a viable option for a fighting game should be shot, cocksucker. Anyway, here's my Zapper.
The Nintendo Zapper for the NES.
By the way, it's still functional. Problem is I don't have Duck Hunt anymore, but what you'll notice is this is the orange model Zapper. There were actually 2 models of Zapper released. There was the original gray gunmetal, but it wasn't really gunmetal. It was just gray. And then there was this orange. The reason that they made this orange gun was because people were complaining that the original gun looked too much like a real gun. If someone were to point this fucking thing at you, would you think it's a real gun? Give me a fucking break. Tell the police to use their fucking eyes. How about that? This is an interesting story. This is my old Pyro audio-visual link by ADS.
That's how you
What
capture
this
stuff
used to
back in
do
the
is it
day.
used to capture audio and video from games and game footage, and it used to basically encode it on my computer. As you can see, it had FireWire, it had your component
FireWire?
video,
I don't
your
remember
S-video,
FireWire? Oh my
had
God.
all kinds of different inputs and outputs. I used this for a while, but then after a while,
You want to talk about an outdated capture format that no one uses or talks about anymore. Firewire. Holy shit.
I didn't need it anymore, and obviously now that I have an HD camera and the technology's advanced so much since back then when we had to use things like that, there's no reason to have. In fact, here's a Firewire cable. That's a fucking piece of shit.
Firewire
I'm never
cable.
gonna use that again. No one uses Firewire. I got so many audio-visual cables, monster audio-video cables, adapters, DVI to fucking VGA. Look, there's another one. There's another one. I have like 4 adapters in my hand right now. Holy shit. Power adapter. It's actually a power splitter from when I used to build PCs. Used to split your power sources for graphics cards and things, even though it wasn't a good thing to do. Now this is a weird one. You've probably never seen this before. Let me slap this sucker down. You've probably never seen this cable before.
Is that a SCART cable?
At least if you live in the United States. Have you ever seen a connection like that? It's weird, right? I'm trying to see if the camera will focus. It won't really focus too well on this pin adapter, but it's a very odd pin configuration. And then you have your red and your white for your audio. This is actually a type of adapter used in Japan for the PlayStation 2. And what I used to do is use this. I used to plug it into a VGA box that I had, and what that would allow me to do is upscale my games. So when I hooked them up to a monitor, for instance, they would look really good. So I used to play like Third Strike, CVS2, those kind of games I used to play on PS2, and use this cable to plug it into a VGA box. They would upscale the game, and it would look really, really good on a monitor, computer monitor, and in addition, it wouldn't have any lag.
Right.
What a lot of people didn't realize back then was using the old connections of yellow, white, and red would create lag between what you're doing in the game and what shows up on the screen, because it had to convert the signal to the correct, the correct digital signal. Using a cable like this in a VGA box, it didn't do that. So that was what I used to use for tournaments. I used to bring actually my computer monitors to tournaments and play games on them.
It was hilarious because back in the day, it was no professional setup for anything. Everyone just did however. Sometimes you would go to a gaming tournament, a Street Fighter tournament, and every monitor would be delayed. And you're like, why is everything so bad? You're like, oh, it's because they use the standard cables to hook it up to a fucking monitor, and it's like super laggy. But I would take my shit to the tournament, and you'd have like one setup that was amazing because it was a VGA box that I ordered from Japan with the SCART cable. It would upscale. It would look amazing. Like the graphics would be super HD, which wasn't even heard of back then. People didn't even know what HD was back then, and it would look like so amazing on a computer monitor. We'd have a really good setup for the tournaments.
As you can see, this is really a fucking mess. Here's an old GPS I used to use in my car 100 years ago.
Oh.
I don't even know what this controller... Actually, I know what this is. This is a controller from my old digital camera who used to have a station you would plug it into. We've got...
Computer screwed up. Hold on.
Here's an adapter to a PS2 wireless controller, but I don't know where the controller is. It's not in this bag. All kinds of odds and ends. I don't see that PSP power adapter anywhere, though. I see phone cords. I see radio fucking adapters, radio wires.
What the fuck is that for? Radio wire.
But nothing of any use, huh? An empty bag. Well, throw that out. Oh, and we haven't even gotten halfway through here yet. Hold on. I'm going to put the camera down for a second. I'll try to get this shit back in the bag. Maybe this is a bad idea to take it all out. There's like another PS2 controller, a regular PS2 controller in here, which is pretty fun. When I used to have people over at my house and we'd play like 6 to 8 player WWE wrestling games on the PS2. And it was a lot of fun. Back in those days when the SmackDown series was the best wrestling game around. If it is these days, I have no clue because I don't play wrestling games anymore, but... Okay, what else do we got? So we got a bag.
There's Democrat randomly just asked me in a cheer, do I remember where I was on 9/11? Yeah, I was at home. It was a day off of school for me because I was in university at the time. And my mom and I were going to go out and have a day where we did some shopping and went to the movies. And we ended up almost doing nothing because everything closed early. So that's where I was.
Oh, there's games in it. What the hell? This looks like a cooler bag, but it's got games in it. What's this? We've got the Universal Power Adapter RF unit for the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Genesis. Okay. Mutant League Football. What a good game.
Mutant League Football.
This game is amazing.
Fun.
Playing this against your friends is so much fun. It's just the only football game where you can just go nuts. You kill fucking people, kill other players, kill the ref, kill whatever the fuck you want. It's because it's Mutant League Football and all kinds of cool trolls and skeletons and robots and monsters in it. Really good concept of a game. The only problem, the computer fucking cheats. The computer is so ridiculously hard, you can barely beat it after like killing 2 people or beating 2 teams. You can't really win again. Oh God, Eternal Champions. No.
I never. I don't think I really
Here's a
played
good
that.
game.
I owned it, but I never
Final
really
Fight
played it.
CD. The
Oh,
best
great.
console port of Final Fight, at least from the 90s when it was getting ported to everything.
Right, now
One
they have
problem.
digital versions on, like, Xbox
Oh wait,
Live
this
and
is two
everything.
players. Oh, this wasn't the one that was one player. That's right. This was the one. All right, let me give you a little bit of backstory. When this game was originally released on consoles in the US, it was released on the Super Nintendo. But they fucked up. They couldn't find a way to store two characters on the cartridge. Like, you could be Cody or Hagar. Guy wasn't even in the game.
Yeah.
And then in addition to that, you couldn't play two players at once. It was always one player, which was retarded. It's like, this game's supposed to be two players. It's stupid. So when Final Fight, they had made a second release called Final Fight Guy, in which you could pick Guy. And then there was this release, which is Final Fight CD, was the complete release. All the original characters are in the game, so you could pick all three. It's two players again, which thank God. And in addition, one other thing that they changed. When they made the Super Nintendo version of Final Fight, they changed some of the gang members. They were supposed to be women, and the woman's name was Poison.
Yeah.
And of course, if you know the real Final Fight lore, you know she's really not a woman. She's a cross-dresser. But anyway, they decided that cross-dressing was too controversial for American audiences, so they took her out. In fact, she's right here. You can't see her; it's blurry as shit, and you don't have macro mode on this this camera for video. But if you can see her right there, he's beating the shit out of a woman, which really not. It's a dude. But they said that's not right. You can't have a guy beating up a woman. So they replaced him with these skinny, like weak, wimpy-looking gang members, and it was hilarious because you just beat the fuck out of these guys. You could tell they were supposed to be girls, but they were, you know, redesigned to look like dudes, and it was just retarded. So what's worse, beating up women who are actually men, or beating up men who are also, you know, look a little bit more like men, but you could tell that they're supposed to be women? I don't know. Now I'm talking too much about this game. Let's go on to the next one here.
Oh, what's our no part 3?
All right, so what else is in the...
Keep in mind, again, back then you couldn't go longer than 10 minutes, so I had to keep these videos, like, short, which is why there's 9
A magic bag here. We've got apparently another RF adapter for the Genesis too, but I don't... Is it in there? There it is. Mega Drive 2 RF adapter. Looks retarded. And what... Oh my god. Oh no. Alright. If you're a fan of good games, you've got to avert your eyes right now. I'm sorry.
Is it Shaq Fu?
Slam City for the Sega CD32X.
Nice.
So, the only video game starring Scottie Pippen. I bet Scottie Pippen probably wipes his ass with extra copies of these games every day. Because not only did no one buy this fucking game, it's god-awful. It's one of those games from that FMV era when all the games had switched over to CD, and they thought it was so cool to have these FMV footage. It was terrible. Yep. You can't figure out how to play this game half the time, and the instruction booklet doesn't really explain it. Most people have studied it and still don't know how to play this fucking game. I can beat the first dude, but after that, it just gets retarded. So there's a handful of games there. I'm thinking I might leave out some of the games that I want to go put in my bookshelf, and maybe put some of the DVDs, like the HD DVDs that I don't use anymore because I don't have a...
I just realized I want to split the part here because I'm going over an hour. Let me split the part here for you.